Hey now, this 1 gallon batch of kombucha has just finished its primary fermentation, so today I'm going to go ahead and set it off on a secondary fermentation and make what is currently my family's favorite flavor of kombucha. Now it's really easy to make. All I need here is a big old knob of some fresh ginger and some guava nectar. The one I'm using here is actually Del Monte, but any nice, rich guava nectar will work for this, so come along for the ride. So the first step here is just peeling this fresh ginger. Now, of course, the move here is to use the old spoon trick just to peel this up really quickly here. I'm going to peel that entire fresh ginger root that I had there. My spoon has done its work. Now I'm just going to take this, and I want to chop up the ginger here into some nice small pieces. The idea is that I want to give lots of surface area for that kombucha to just really bite into. So there we are, we have our ginger, nice rough chop on it. It's going to give lots of access to the kombucha, but it's also still going to be easy to strain. Now, typically I like to do my secondary fermentations in a couple of 2-liter or 2-quart jars that I've got. However, those are currently being used for another operation. So I do have this other 1 gallon jar here, and I'm just going to be adding all of my fresh ginger to it and just do everything in one batch instead of 2. So for the record, this was 124 grams, or sort of in the 4.5 ounce range here of this ginger. Now let's add our guava nectar. So for this full-size batch here, I want to add around 2 cups. I'm actually just going to do this by weight. I do have this jar sanitized with my Star San sanitizer. So at this point, I'm just trying to keep everything relatively clean. I'm going to do this by weight. That'll be reasonably close, and it's way easier than trying to measure this into a separate jar. So I'm just going with 500 grams of that. Now that is a lot of guava nectar in here, along with that ginger, but now let's add the kombucha. So due to the height of this jar, I'm not able to put this on the stand that I typically do. I'm just going to hold it here and run off into it. Now that I have a decent amount of this kombucha out of here, I've got room to give it a nice little swirl. We're going to kick up a whole bunch of that bacteria and all the goodness, all the probiotic fun stuff that's in the bottom, and that is now going to be able to get into this vessel. So now I'm just approaching the top. I am going to leave a little bit of headspace in here just in case there's any sort of increase of volume due to carbon dioxide and the fermentation that'll be taking place. And now I'm going to be putting this lid on here. This isn't actually the lid for this jar. It fits fairly well, but it can just still loosely spin around. This would be a great way just to keep anything, any dust, any other bacteria and whatnot from getting inside of there, but it still will allow for CO2 to come out. That way we're not going to have a big buildup of gas or anything in here, so perfect. And now I'm just going to take this jar, I'm going to pop it into a kitchen cabinet here and let it ferment. In this kitchen cabinet here, we're going to be nicely tucked out of the way of any potentially harmful UV rays while still getting the nice temperature that I have going on in my kitchen. That'll be ideal for fermentation. After 3 days here, that has been enough time that ginger has really had enough time to macerate in this kombucha. Obviously that guava nectar was instantly mixed with it, but that also gave it time to crunch through some of those sugars. And now we are ready to bottle. I'm going to use these 1/2 liter swing top bottles here. I really like that for this. I actually have a video on just straight up on the bottling process. You can check that out in the kombucha playlist on the channel. What we've got here for now is these sanitized bottles. I also sanitized this metal sieve here, which as you can see, I'm using just to strain out that ginger. And then also, of course, I sanitized the 2-cup measure here and this funnel. Just going to make it really nice and easy to bottle this up. Now, because of this type of jar and the fact that that lid doesn't actually seal, I haven't been able to swirl up and kick up the bacteria on the bottom like I typically do. So I'm not going to completely fill these bottles. And as I near the end of it, or at least once it's down a bit more and I can swirl it up, then I'm planning on actually going ahead and mixing all of that up. And now that I'm down to here, I'm just going to kick that up. I have all these jars filled up to right around there. So this way we'll have just a somewhat more even distribution of all those lovely probiotics here, which is of course why we're drinking this in the first place. And with these jars, I do like to fill them up, so we've got maybe a couple of inches of headspace here. That just allows the carbon dioxide to build up in that headspace there and then naturally carbonate these bottles, which is the plan here for the next few days. I'd say it's worth noting here that this guava nectar did sort of gum up the sieve just a little bit, so I had to kind of be tapping it there by the end. However, we did get it all out and it's nicely strained. So this makes 8 of these bottles, and now that they're all filled up, I'm going to get them back into that cabinet here for their natural carbonation. After around 3 days of just hanging out in the cabinet, naturally carbonating, we are ready to taste this guava ginger kombucha. Let's do it. Ooh, a little bit of a hiss there. Pour that out. Just give this a little swirl to kick up some of that guava goodness on the bottom there. Some of the bacteria that settled out as this was in the refrigerator cooling down. Here we are. Look at that. Can't wait. Love it. That's just the perfect level of carbonation. It's funny because opening that bottle, it didn't give a huge pop or anything like that. There wasn't a bunch of that CO2 trying to rise up out of it, steam-like, all creepy, but this is really quite effervescent. Delightful. It still definitely has some sweetness from that guava. It has a lot of that guava fruit flavor coming through it. It's really nice using that nectar. It's so delicious. It has a little bit of the spice coming out of that ginger, which is really just sort of bridging the gap between the acidity of the lactobacillus and the bacteria in the kombucha, as well as that sweetness then coming from the fruit. Incredibly delightful, refreshing, complex, and oh so easy to make. This is really great. If you're into making kombucha, I highly recommend finding yourself some guava nectar, some fresh ginger, giving this a go. You will not regret it. So there you have it. And until next time, keep it 11.